Hi everyone, thanks for coming tonight. So how many of you have a Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, MySpace, or Instagram account? I definitely do. At least I have a Facebook anyway. So I remember when I first got my Facebook account, I was so excited. I had just graduated high school and I remember getting on and checking it constantly, all day long, every day. I thought it was the coolest thing. So eventually it got to the point where my mom had to put a restriction on how many times I could check my Facebook in a day. And this was back before, you know, we had our smartphones and we could check it anytime and no one really knew if we were checking it or not. So I am guilty of checking it quite often. And be honest with me, how many of you check it at least once a day? Twice a day? How many of you log on 3 or more times a day? Alright, there's some of you. So, what I want to talk about is how it can get addicting. How many of you just live off of seeing how many people have friend requested you and how many notifications you have? I thought it was the coolest thing that people wanted to be my friend. And I say friend like this because just by clicking a button and adding someone to your account does not make you necessarily friends. You could be friends with someone on Facebook you haven't talked to in 5 years. So I think it's funny that we call it social media, because social means interacting with other people, spending time with people, going out and having fun together. But social media is sitting on a computer looking at pictures of other people. It's not interacting at all. So I think social media is kind of an interesting term for sitting on the computer and interacting with people through pictures and just Facebook posts. So I think it's funny that we call the people that we are friends with on Facebook friends. And let's go on to talk about kind of how we get addicted to this friending other people and looking at our Facebook page. Do you ever feel like this? You're trying so hard to get something done. You're trying to do homework. You're trying to focus at work. You're trying to get something done at home. And you just keep being like, oh, I wonder what this person's up to. So you go and you hop on Facebook real quick, see what they're doing, and then you see someone else's post, or you see a funny video, and you start looking at it. It just keeps pulling you back in. Or maybe some of you feel like this sometimes. You get on, and you're just like, you get on for 5 minutes, and before you know it, you've been on for an hour, maybe 2 hours. Your eyes start to hurt after that, don't they? Or maybe sometimes you feel like this. I know that when I get to work early, I just hop on Facebook, start looking through my phone. I'm leaving work, Facebook, see what everyone's up to. I'm standing in the line at the grocery store. Oh, I'm bored, why don't I hop on Facebook? Why don't I talk to the people that stand next to me? Did you know that 39% of women actually consider themselves Facebook addicts? They call themselves that. They actually admit to being addicted to Facebook. This goes right hand in hand with the fact that 51% of Facebook users log in multiple times a day. That is just barely over half of Facebook users log in at least more than once a day. That's a lot of people. And 22% of teenagers log in more than 10 times a day. That is a big number. Imagine, say you're only getting on for maybe 5-10 minutes at a time, but times that by 10 times a day, that's adding up to 50, maybe 100 minutes every single day that you're getting on Facebook. All of this adds up to 15.33 hours per month that users spend on Facebook. This is how much time the average user spends on Facebook every month. So take a calendar, look at a month that has 31 days on it, and cross out the 31st day. Write Facebook across it, scribble it out, whatever you have to do, but that day is gone because you spent that time on Facebook. This 15.33 hours, that is over half of a 24-hour day. That is probably the amount of hours you spend awake for one whole day. That is insane. That is how much time the average Facebook user spends on Facebook. We are getting addicted to this social media. But you might say, why is it so bad? Why is it as bad as being addicted to alcohol, smoking, maybe being addicted to pills or taking other substances and drugs? Well, let me tell you why I think it is just as bad as those addictions. Have you ever noticed how after you get on Facebook, sometimes you have a little bit of a letdown? I'll share an experience with you. I sometimes get on Facebook and see that friends of ours have bought a house or have started their family, or maybe they're traveling to all these fun exotic places, Hawaii, Europe, Africa. And here I am at home doing the usual day-to-day, going to work, doing school, cleaning the house, and I feel like my life isn't as neat. It's not as important because I'm not doing everything that everyone else is doing. I don't have a house yet. And these things they're a letdown. You don't feel as important or as special. So going along this line of how I feel after getting on Facebook, it's not just me, I found out. There are a lot of people who have gotten depression from being addicted to Facebook. They get on and it's this letdown, but you keep wanting to get back on. There was a study done that they had users get on Facebook and they tracked their emotions. And they found that there was a correlation between the time spent on Facebook and the symptoms of depression that occurred. And it seemed that the more time spent on Facebook, the more levels of their symptoms of depression. They showed anxiety, they showed psychological disorders, antisocial behaviors, and anxiety, I think I said that, and all sorts of problems. And this was linked to more time on Facebook. So, we notice these feelings that we're getting. We get online and we see things that other people have, we forget about our blessings. We get jealous. Maybe we feel like we're worth less than they are. Maybe we're a little bit lonely because here we are sitting in front of a computer watching other people go have fun together and do things together. We kind of get mixed feelings about Facebook. So there's no point in talking about our addictions and this depression if we're not going to talk about what to do. How do we escape this addiction, this depressing social media that keeps capturing us? Well, let me tell you what I did about it. There was this man that gave a TED Talk, and he talked about doing something new for 30 days. This man was Matt Cutts, and he tried a new challenge for 1 year every 30 days. And he said that even though something might be hard, you can do it for at least 30 days. And ironically, interestingly enough, 30 days is about the time it takes to either break a habit or form a new one. So I decided to get off Facebook for 30 days and see how I started to feel. And it was interesting. I had a lot of changes. I found out that I had time to get things done. I started packing our apartment a month before we were set to move. I was really proud of the progress I made. I also found that I had time to make things that I didn't think I had time to make. No, I didn't make the cute children in this picture, but I did make the cute banner that says "Be Mine" in the back. I had made it for a friend, and I was really proud of the accomplishment that I had made this beautiful banner, and I made her day by giving it to her. So, it's your turn. What do you want to do? How do you want to spend your time? Do you want to spend your time thinking about your incredible life or about everyone else's? Do you want to spend your time making real friends or just adding them by the click of a button? Do you want to have a real life where you have fun and go out and do things? Or just watch everyone else's go by in pictures and posts? Could you leave Facebook for 30 days? I dare you.